I had an opportunity to work in Longview, Texas, and so I stopped by LeTourneau University. This is the Glasgow Center for Engineering, Science, and Technology. I am excited to visit the campus during the day again sometime soon. But basically, R.G. LeTourneau, I'll just read you a little bit of his bio. He was born in Vermont. He was a prolific inventor of earth-moving machinery. It says that 70% of the earth-moving equipment and engineering vehicles used by the Allied forces during World War II, and more than half of the 1,500 miles Alcan Highway in Canada was built with LeTourneau equipment. Over the course of his life, he had over 300 patents relating to earth-moving equipment, manufacturing processes, and machine tools. Under his personal pursuits, if you look at the section of his Wikipedia, it talks about the fact that he was part of the Christian Missionary Alliance as a leader, president of the Christian Businessmen's Committee, and the president of the Gideon's International. LeTourneau is an inspiration to me, and I honestly, one of my dreams and goals in life is to be a part of a school like this in administration and inspiring the teachers. And so anyways, I just thought I would record a short video about R.G. LeTourneau, even as I visit the LeTourneau campus here. There's one unique thing about him, though, that I think is very interesting for anybody to take note. He was not a college graduate. Like, he didn't study and just get a degree from a college. He actually was self-taught, right? He taught himself a lot of things. So here's my question. What are we going to do with the technology that we have, teaching ourselves what we need to make an impact in the world, right? There is one thing unique about Michael Faraday and Srinivasa Ramanujan and R.G. LeTourneau. All three of them have something in common. What they have in common is that they used the tools they had available to teach themselves what they needed to learn, and then they advanced their knowledge and made a difference in the world. We need to make sure that we learn how to learn. We shouldn't only depend on instructors and other people and textbooks. We need to make sure we have a plan for how to learn well. So we can learn that from R.G. LeTourneau, someone who barely had a high school degree or college degree, who ended up changing the world when it comes to machinery. You might have heard of a company called Komatsu. I believe they sold the machinery wing to that company. And what's interesting is when you think about this, let me ponder a few more things here. When you think about one technique that the university or a university could have, it could generate revenue from machinery that it makes. Maybe that's one idea, right? And that's what I think in education schools should strive to do. And that's something I'm thinking as I think more in the, this is a long-term goal. I think I would encourage schools to always try and have maybe it's making certain products or making machinery. But the cool thing about LeTourneau is they do have aviation, they have engineering, they have a lot of STEM stuff. And I think one of my appeals to a place like LeTourneau is how could they connect with homeschoolers out in places like Fargo, right? In Summit, West Fargo, or in other parts in Grand Forks, North Dakota, or Duluth, Minnesota. How do we connect with the young people and give them the tools and mentoring to begin to think about engineering, right? Partnering with colleges, I think, is one great way to do this. So LeTourneau's model, I think, is pretty cool, but I love his story and how he taught himself a lot of things. Michael Faraday did the same thing. I'll make another video about Faraday again in detail. I've done it before. I'll do that again. And then Srinivasa Ramanujan also taught himself a lot of math, which he then brought over to Cambridge. He died at the age of 32, but he changed the world in many pieces of mathematics. So, young people, here's my encouragement to you today. What are you doing with your free time? How are you refining your skills? What tools are you, what lessons are you learning? How are you educating yourself, right? Make sure you have good study skills for studying, right? Every day. Learning needs to continue beyond just the school year. In the summertime, what are your plans? What are the things you're going to learn? How are you going to develop the talents and the skills that God has given you? That's what I want to encourage you with today in our moment to reflect. R.G. LeTourneau has shown us that we can work hard even without having a formal education to learn well. Well, we have no excuse now. We have the internet. So please, I want to encourage our young people. What are your plans for the summer? How are you going to learn, and how are you going to keep developing the skills that you have, right? I have a plan called the 248-day challenge. In 248 days, you can go from learning 1 + 1 to calculus, right? Especially if you're above 4th grade. Well, what are you doing in getting to that calculus path, right? Even if you don't know what you want to do with your life, having that calculus done is a great start to whatever the future holds. So anyways, that's available if you want in the description section. But I just wanted to encourage us today, as I'm encouraged by RG LeTourneau. I'm going to come back and visit with them, and hopefully someday, look at ways to inspire their students in math and science as well. I work in the hospitals in Longview, and so that's part of why I was able to sneak in here tonight. So take care and have a blessed day. Feel free to subscribe for more videos like this, to be inspired to become who God has made you to be. Take care and God bless.